laughing until she sat back down with her family who never stopped smiling at her. After graduation, there was a big party at someone's house, and Harper actually showed up for a little while. We ended up talking by the pool away from everyone else for the first time since everything happened. She told me she was planning to study psychology in college to understand trauma and help other survivors heal. She said therapy saved her life, and she wanted to do that for other people who went through terrible things. She seemed stronger and more focused than the popular girl I remembered from before winter break. Detective Garza stopped by the party, which surprised everyone since cops don't usually show up unless there's trouble. He found me and Tristan to tell us the investigation ended up solving 7 cold cases from the past decade. He said our documentation and refusal to give up made all the difference in building the case. 3 of those cases were the missing women Harper had researched, and 4 others nobody had connected before. He shook our hands and said we showed him that young people could change things when adults weren't paying attention. A week before we left for college, a package arrived from Harper's mom with graduation gifts for everyone who helped. Inside were these nice pens with our names engraved and handwritten thank you notes on fancy paper. Her note to me said she'd never forget how I found Harper and got her help when she needed it most. She wrote that she was working with state legislators now to make reporting laws stronger for schools. She wanted to make sure what happened to them could help protect other families from going through the same thing. The last week of summer, Harper surprised everyone by starting a blog about surviving trauma and finding justice. She was careful not to share details that could identify victims, but she wrote honestly about the healing process. She posted about therapy techniques that helped her and resources for other survivors trying to rebuild their lives. The blog got thousands of followers in just the first few days as people shared it everywhere. She wrote about how justice doesn't fix everything, but it helps you start moving forward with your life. The week before we all left for college, I stopped by the community center to drop off some donation boxes and saw Harper in the gym teaching a self-defense class to about 15 teenage girls. She was showing them how to break a wrist hold and demonstrating the moves with this calm confidence I'd never seen from her before. The girls were watching her so carefully and taking notes while Harper walked around adjusting their stances and explaining how to use someone's weight against them. She had this genuine smile on her face as she helped a younger girl who kept messing up the technique, and when the girl finally got it right, Harper gave her this big high five. After class ended, Harper saw me and waved me over to help her put the mats away. She told me teaching these classes made her feel like she was taking back control and giving other girls tools she wished she'd had sooner. 5 years went by faster than I expected with college and starting my social work job at a youth shelter downtown. Then last month, I got this fancy invitation to a book launch party at a hotel conference room for Harper's memoir about trauma and systemic change in protective services. When I walked in, Tristan was already there wearing a detective badge just like Garza used to have, and talking to Marlene, who'd become a regional director for child services. Harper stood at the podium looking professional in a business suit, talking about how her worst experience became her mission to reform how institutions handle disclosure and protect victims. What a joy to tell that one. Thanks for listening with an open heart. It makes it all worth it. Subscribe if you'd like to keep making more happy memories here.